Hello, welcome to Introduction of Java Programming series. In this episode, we will be learning about control statements. Control statements is used to control the overall flow of your program. There are three types of control statements, that is selection statement, iteration statement and jump statement. Selection statement, as the name says, is used to select. There are three types of selection statement: if else and switch. Whereas in iteration statement we have different kind of loops like for loop, while loop, do while loop. Loop are basically used to, if we want to do a thing again and again, then we use iteration statements, that is we use loop for that purpose. Apart from this, we have jump statement. In jump statement we have break, continue and return. In this episode we will be working with selection statement and break from the jump statement, and in the next episode we will be covering iteration statement along with continue and return. So moving on to selection statement, if and if else loop. So let me take here an example that if we want to reach our home and there are two paths. Path A will take 5 minutes, means I can reach my home in 5 minutes, whereas the path B will take 10 minutes, means I'll reach in 10 minutes from path B. So if I have to choose between path A and path B and the condition is that I need to reach in minimum time, then obviously I'll choose path A, which will take 5 minutes. Similarly, in if-else loop, there is a condition attached. So on the basis of condition, the program logic will decide whether we have to select if statement or else statement. So we will be seeing how to make a program with if-else loop in a while. Now we will be learning how to, means we will be seeing switch case. So in switch case we have an expression followed by some cases and a default statement. Let me take here an example of a fan. So a fan, the default state of a fan is 0, that is it is in off state. And apart from the default state, it might have different speed like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Depending upon the regulator, it might have different kind of speed. We can consider speed as a case. So if the regulator is on speed 2, then the fan will rotate with the speed, let's say 2 cross, that is 2 times the speed which is at when the regulator is pointing at 1. So similarly, in switch case, what happens is there is an expression. So expression determines which particular case or which particular program or part of a program we need to execute, or the computer needs to execute, or if in case the expression does not match with any case, then it will pull the default part of a program, that is default statement, and will execute that default statement. So this is about switch case. Now let's check how we can work with if else and switch case. So open your Eclipse. In the src folder, you can use Ctrl N for shortcut key for creating a new class. Create a new class, name it as if else statement. We'll check here so that Eclipse can create a void main method for us. So here we have the main method which is created by Eclipse for us. Now we will write here a simple condition that int a equals to 5. That is, the value of a is 5. Now let's check how we can write it in if else section, how we can compare or how we can select different statements based on this. So I'll write here, if a is greater than 5, then the system should print greater than 5 value, else it should print less than 5. So let's check what it will print. We will run this program after saving. So run with Java application. It should print less than 5. Now if the value of a is greater than 6, greater than 5, let's say 6, then it should print greater than 5. Greater than 5. Apart from if and else, we can also use if. Again, if you don't want to use else statement, you can use if also. If a is less than 5, then it should print what? Less than 5. If a is equals to 5, then it should print 5. So let's see what it prints. So greater than 5, because it is satisfying this particular condition, right? So let me just make it 5. Then it should print this condition. 5. And if it is less than 5, let's say 1, then it should print less than 5. So as I have written here greater than 5, so we are getting it wrong. Let's just correct and rerun this program. Less than 5. So this is how we can work with if else statement. Now let's start with the switch statement. We'll again create a new class and name it as switch statement. Check mark here to create a void main method. So as I have discussed about the fan and speed, so let me take here speed equals to 2, a variable of type integer, the value 2. So I'll write here switch speed, that is our variable, and mention different methods, different cases. Case 1, so system will print in this case 1. Similarly, for case 2, it should print 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and 5 for fifth case. And in default, we will print default. So here the program is ready, right? Now just run it and check whether it is printing 2 or what we are getting. So see, we are getting 2, which is correct, right? Because we have given here expression as 2. We have passed 2 in the speed, and the speed becomes an expression for this switch case, and it's routed to case 2 and it printed this value. But we are getting 3, 4, 5 and default as well. What happens is, case or switch, what it does is, switch statement focuses on the case or the expression first. It does not bother about what is written below that case or above that case. It just focuses on that particular case. Once the case got executed, it comes to the next line, which is 3 in this case. So to overcome this problem, we use break, a jump statement. So now what it will does is, let's check it, what it will does. We'll save and run the program. So now I'm getting only 2. Right. This is because what break statement does is, break statement will, once this case get executed and it reaches here, it sees that the break keyword is used here. So break keyword will break the flow of the program which is written below this and will come outside this switch statement. So if I'll write anything here, let's say I'll write break done. So it should print here, right? Because as I mentioned that it will just break this particular statement, switch statement, right? So it should print this one. So let's check whether it is printing this one or not. Yes, we are getting this. So what in case if I use 3 here instead of 2, because in 2 we have break, right? So now it will print 3, 4, 5 default and break. This is because, as I mentioned earlier, that the case which is present, if we do not have any break in between the cases, then it will print all the necessary conditions which are mentioned below that particular case. Now, what if in case I don't have a case which is mentioned in the switch statement, like let's say 10, the speed is 10. So it should print the default value along with break, and it should not print any other value. Yes, it is printing default and break done. So in this way we can work with switch and if else statement. Thanks for watching.